Hello guys, can you hear me okay? Can you just message in the chat so that I know that everything is working fine? We're just gonna wait for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, so that people can join. In the meantime, all the questions you ask, Dimitar is going to be answering in the live chat box. And whatever questions are more interesting or cannot be answered in a short message, keep in mind that we will have time for Q&A when we finish the demo. So I expect the demo to be hopefully around 45 minutes to an hour max, because I want to keep it short and straight to the point, because if you dive into too many details, it can be too long, and I'd rather this the end result of this being something that you can come back to and something that you can use while you build your website and so on. So we're going to be waiting for about 2 or 3 more minutes. There will be a recording of this, which we're going to upload to YouTube like we did with the last webinar. So if you have any questions right now, you can drop them in the chat, and Dimitar is going to be answering throughout the session. I see that some people are starting to join. So let's give it another minute, and we'll start. Okay, so we've waited the 3 minutes. Usually when people forget and join late, it's about 3 or 5 minutes. So let's start. First of all, my name is Simon, or Simo for shorts. Some of you guys may know me. I answer probably 30-40% of all the chat requests. And I'm the CTO of Skillplate. I'm basically the guy in charge of making all your dreams come true. So I manage the development team, and all the development inquiries that you've had over the past, or any sort of issues, bugs, they usually go through me. So on today's session, we're going to focus solely on the website builder, because it's in itself, it's a whole complete other product. So there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot you can get out of it. And in the beginning, at least, it can be a bit complex. But once you get used to it, you'll see that you're basically able to build whatever website you want, whether it's a personal website, selling products, blogs, and so on. I'm going to show you. Dimitar showed in the last webinar, but we're going to briefly go through this also on how to actually create a blog, because we've been getting a lot of questions regarding this. So now I'm going to basically share my screen, and I'm going to walk you through how to use the website builder and build the amazing website you need to sell your products. So I've created a brand new account here. And first of all, I want to start with the 2 types, let's say, of websites you can have on Skillplate. So most of you are familiar, probably, that we have 2 ways of doing websites. So one is what we call the old way, or also refer to it as the automatic pages, meaning that as soon as you create a product on Skillplate, whether it's and I've created 2 example products for you guys. So whether it's a course, community, or whatever, we are going to automatically create product pages for you. Those pages you can access when you've created the product. you need to activate those by activating their landing page. So ideally, you've already set up your product, and we are going to have different webinars and live sessions on how to properly set your product. As we promised, we're going to go in depth into the specific topics. But for now, let's say I've generated this using our AI, just a very short example course. I've added some description to it, a video, and I've activated the landing page. So what I'm about to show now, just for a couple of minutes, is the old quote-unquote way, or the automatic landing pages. So when you create whatever product and you input all the data, so titles, descriptions, images, curriculum, in this case, this was generated by our AI. So you do get automatically a landing page for each and every product, which you can use, which is going to take the styles that you've added here in the settings branding. So I've just added one simple style. I've chosen my accent color. Of course, you can upload logos here, favicon. You can choose from a variety of different fonts. You can choose how you want the buttons to look like, so rounded, soft, or fully rounded. You can choose how the boxes look like, and you can also add your custom CSS. Again, I'm not going to go into too many details regarding the automatic landing pages. So what an automatic landing page looks like is this. It's basically a template that we found out that is probably the best layout, because most course platforms like Udemy and so on, they have a very similar structure. The idea of those automatic landing pages is that you don't do anything to have them. The only thing that you need to do, again, is have a product created. It can be an AI generated product, it can be whatever product you want. And as soon as you set the product up with all the necessary information, with everything you want to add, you automatically get this page, as long as the product is, one, published, which is done in the status box, and second, the landing page is activated. And you can change the landing page URL. So you get this page out of the box, which you can start using immediately. So I've set the product, I've set a price, I've chosen the accent color to be green, and we take care of everything else. So we're going to use different shades of it, and we're going to apply this branding throughout. So meaning that you only need to set it up once, you're going to have it on all pages. The pages look great, they're great on mobile. I've added some information about me, this is not my image. But you get this immediately. So if you want to test stuff out, or you don't want to invest time using the website builder, it takes very little time. But still, if you want to get something rolled out very quickly, in that case, the automatic landing pages are for you. So those pages include the landing page. They, of course, include the checkout when you click the buy button. They also include a product listing page, which is called all products. I've created 2 products. In order for a product to appear on this automatic listing page, again, the only thing you need to do is go to the product setting and check the listed checkbox. This means that on the all products page listing, you're going to see all products that are listed, and you can navigate to each product. This is my community product that I've created. The previous one was the course product that I showed you. So a couple of specifics here, and I'm going to go to the course product again. So the page is as is, meaning that you can change the content. So you can change the title, the subtitle, you can change, of course, the price, the curriculum, the description, the educator information, and so on, but you cannot change the layout. So the whole idea for this is that those landing pages are quick to set up, so you can start selling or delivering the products to your customers immediately. The downside is that you cannot customize them apart from styling them. Of course, you can do some magic with some custom CSS and with some custom JavaScript, but ideally you would use those just as a starting point. One question that we've been getting a lot is, by default, when you open your primary domain, if you do not have a website, if you do not use the website builder, is that you, by default, we're going to try and take people to their product listing, meaning the products that they have access to. If if people are not logged in, we are of course going to take them to the login screen by default. So we heard your feedback, and for some people this wasn't the desired behavior. So you can, again, all of this is assuming you're not using the website builder, but you can change actually the home page when you open your domain. If you go to the settings, general, we have a new section here called homepage, and you can choose the homepage. By default, it's the user's products, but you can change it to the product listing page, to the login, or to whatever product page you want. So for example, if I change this to development community, for example, this means that when I open either my internal Skillplate domain, or if you've connected a domain of your own, and I click this, it's going to take me to the development community. So you can have a different homepage depending on what you need. Okay, so this is about everything that I'm going to go into regarding the automating pages. And now we're going to move to the website builder. So before I actually share my screen again and show you everything, the idea of the website builder is to give you all the freedom to create whatever website you want, whether it's a simple landing page, maybe just one page, whether it's a complete website with all your pages, with a blog, with information about you as a creator, about what you do, and so on. We wanted to allow people to create this in a very straightforward, and you see from what I'm going to show you, easy, but at the same time very configurable way. Wherein the automatic pages, you can only change the content and the branding. Here you basically have control over everything. And I'm going to show you in details. So in order to start using the website builder, first you need to choose a theme. And we've been getting a lot of questions regarding paid versus free themes. So all the themes are offer the same functionality, meaning that whether it's a free or a paid theme, all the sections, all the settings, everything that you can do with a paid theme, you can do with the free themes. The paid themes are there just to save you time in setting things up. So we've created, and I'm going to show you different themes. As you know, the starter and the starter darker, the free ones. So the other themes are created for you to be able to possibly to save you time, basically. So maybe if you're selling some development courses or products related to development, you would choose this theme. If it's something regarding mentoring, probably this one. But again, all themes, and I can't stress this enough, all themes have the same functionality. You can do whatever you can do with the paid theme, you can do with the free theme. This is our whole idea for Skillplate in general. You shouldn't have to pay more for additional functionality. You should pay more if you use more and thus earn more. So for the example that I'm going to show you, I've chosen one of the paid themes. And first of all, when you decide to use the website builder, and again, you don't have to if you don't want to, but after this webinar, you're going to see why you might want to. So after choosing a theme and clicking add theme, it's going to install the theme in your store. And to be able to use the website, you just need to start customizing. But, and this is something that we've been getting a lot of questions about, in order for people, other people, so your clients, your potential clients and so on, to see the website, you need to first activate this. Until you do, the stuff that I told you before regarding the homepage and the automatic landing pages are the way to go. So whatever page you create here, whether or not you publish it, you save it as draft, you set it as homepage, and so on and so on, nothing is going to be live unless you activate the website. This is a great way for you to actually customize everything, build everything out, because if you're logged in to the admin, you can preview each and every page and you can see how your website is going to look before you actually activate it. So this gives you enough time to safely build what you want to build. So once you choose the theme, and of course you can have multiple themes installed at the same time, you can even, You can even duplicate a theme, meaning that if you want to, you have a current website that's live, but you want to upgrade it, let's say a new version of the website, adding more pages and so on, you can also duplicate the theme, and this theme is going to be draft. Again, you will be able to preview it. You will be able to even share a preview link, maybe to members of your team or to some peers of yours that you want to get feedback from and so on. So it's quite flexible that way. Um, the other thing before we actually dive into the website builder itself is the pages. So by default, when you install a theme, each theme, and this is again true for both the paid and the free themes, is going to come with a few pages out of the box. So one page is the home page, the other is the about page, contact us page, and all products page, which if you have products created is going to list all your currently published products. This saves a lot of time initially. So for each product that you have, we are going to create a product page, and I'm going to go deeper into that in a bit. Those are the different types. So website pages, those are system pages. They come with installing the theme. Product pages are the product pages for each and every one of your products. Landing pages is something that we're going to cover. By default, you're not going to have any landing pages when you install a fresh theme. So you can make, by default, the home page is of course the home page, and you cannot delete this obviously. You can duplicate each and every page you want and then style it a bit. This is a request that we got probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, where people would build the page they want, but they wanted to make a copy of this page, maybe change some of the layouts, some of the texts, and use it to A/B test stuff out. So you can make each and every page the home page. You just need to set it as home. By default, all of those pages that we create are published, but again, they're not accessible. I'm going to show you. They're not accessible until you make the website active. So until you make it active, it's whatever homepage you set in settings general. And when you activate the website, this becomes your primary website. So this homepage stops working. Basically, it's not going to take you to development community. It's going to take you to whatever page is marked as home. You can unpublish a page. Again, everything you do, whether it's that website is deactivated, pages are published or draft or whatever, you as a logged in admin, you can preview everything. So now, let me just check. Yeah. So now we are going to activate the website. It gives a confirmation and so on and so on. We click activate, and now when we open the homepage URL, it is going to open the homepage of our theme, whatever homepage we've chosen. Simple enough. Okay, so I'm going to close this automatic page. We don't need it anymore. So now, to access each and every page, you can search for pages, of course. You can click on the page. And before we move to the website builder, just a few controls. So if you want to get I'm going to open this in a new tab. If you want to get the URL for a specific page, you have a couple of options. So you can click copy URL, which is going to copy the URL that you can give to your customers. This is the public URL. And this is different because it can be a bit confusing, but the URL for the home page, as you very well know, is the domain itself without any slug behind it or whatever. This URL will not open the home page. This is the URL for the website builder. So to get the URL, you can either get it through here, or you can click view site, which is basically going to open the site for you to preview, and it's going to open the current page that you're on. So now, pages. Before we actually move to customizing each and every section and how it works, I want to basically guide you through the builder interface. So we have the top navigation, which contains the different previews, so tablet, mobile, or desktop. This is the inspector. So by default, when you hover, whatever you hover, so each and every button, each and every text, and so on, it is going to, when you click on it, it is going to open the settings for it. So if you don't want this, you can just disable the inspector and you can browse it like a regular website. Okay, so the top navigation, it contains the settings, which we're going to open right now. It contains a list of all your pages, so you can navigate through pages, because you cannot by clicking this. Clicking this will open the settings for this specific link. You have a button to view site, and you have two buttons which are publish and save. Those activate as soon as you change whatever. So I'm going to just add a space here, and those two buttons slide up. So you have two options here. Save would save your changes only locally, only for within the website builder, meaning that even on live pages, you can make edits which only you and the other admins are going to see. And I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to just add 3 exclamation marks here. I'm going to save the page, and then I'm going to refresh here, which is the published page. As you can see, the exclamation marks are not here. As soon as a page is just saved, you are going to have the publish button. This means that this page is going to go live with the current version, and all people that are not admins and logged in the website builder are going to be able to access it. If a page is only saved and not published, you do have a preview button. So if you click this, you are going to see the page as a preview, and it says you're previewing whatever theme, and it does have the exclamation points. So people who do not have this, who are not logged into the admin panel, or do not have the preview link, which you can get from here, so you can share your preview even of live pages of the changes you're currently making with your team, or maybe if you have a dedicated team who's working on your website, they can make changes and they can send you preview links for you to approve. So those will not go live until the page is published. So now when I've made all the changes I want, I can then click publish. And now if we go to this, we are going to see the exclamation points. We can close the preview now. So now this is live, everyone can see it. So this is the top navigation. So the button settings here is basically your main control panel, let's call it, for the website. So the first tab is layout. Those are all the sections that the current page you're viewing, and again, you can change pages from here, all the sections that the current page has. So this is a list, and you can probably see that sections are grouped. So the announcement bar, the header, the footer, and the promotional pop-up are what we call common sections, meaning that those sections are the same throughout your website, unless you are working on a landing page, which we're going to get into a bit later. Meaning that if I disable the announcement bar, for example, click publish. Now when I go here, the announcement bar is going to be gone. In whatever pages I go to, maybe click courses, the announcement bar is gone. So those common sections, announcement bar, header, they're separated visually. Footer and promotional pop-up, they are for your whole website. This is very convenient, because otherwise if you have 30 pages, you need to disable the announcement bar on each and every one of them. I'm just going to keep the announcement bar for now. So each and every page, as you saw with the announcement bar, the header, the footer, and the promotional pop-up, can be turned on and off. You can do this also with the hide button. So if I click hide, it's going to hide this section. It's not deleted, meaning that you can still make changes to it. And if you've created a section and you've made it the way you want, you've styled it and so on, it is still going to be here. So you can toggle it, basically. The sections, of course, you can reorder. For example, if for some reason I want to move the testimonials above the banner section, I can do it like this, just drag and drop, or I can use a button, move down, and it's going to swap their places. So whatever you decide to do, you can just either do it via drag and drop, or you can do it with, so now if I publish and I open the home page, we are going to see the testimonials above the main banner. It's not a good usability example. You probably don't want to do this, but just to show you. Okay. So I have a pre-made agenda, and I don't want to miss anything. Okay. One last thing before we actually dive into how the website builder works is, yeah, we're actually first gonna dive in. So basically, the website builder is made up of different sections. So each and every page can have a different amount of sections, different types of sections. So since we've been getting the question how to create a blog, how to create a landing page, how to create this and this and this, again, each and every page, and you can see this here, is comprised of different sections. So you can add as many sections as you want within a limit because you don't want a huge page. So if you want to create a blog page, you can create a blog page. If you want to create an article page, you can do that. If you want to create a landing page, a corporate website, we have clients who are selling hotel reservations and so on. You basically have complete freedom to do it. To add a new section, you have two options. Either click the button add new section, which is going to add the section right at the very bottom above the footer. Or if you want to add a section to a specific place, you just need to hover here and click on the plus icon. So this is going to add it below the header. You cannot add anything above the header or below the footer. Makes sense. So if I want to add a section here, I just click this button. And again, this is in regards to the question about free versus paid. When you click to add, all the sections that you see here, which are grouped so that you can find what you're looking for easier, all those sections, those are the section categories. But if we go into banner, for example, all those banner presets that you're going to see now, all of them are available on all themes. It's just that they're going to be styled a bit differently for each and every theme. So before we dive into the sections, I want to show you the other, when you go to settings, the other tabs. So I'm going to leave the styles for last because it's the most important. We're going to spend some time on it. So when you go to pages, you can see all the pages and you can switch between pages even from here if you don't want to use the drop down, whatever works for you. You're going to, of course, see the home page marked with a house icon. When you click theme, it's going to list all the themes that you currently have, and you can switch between the themes just by clicking. You can make a theme active or duplicate it or delete it, depending on how many themes you want. You can even add a new theme through here. So now moving to the styles. One of the first things that you need to do when you're setting up your website, whether it's the automatic, whether it's the one through the website builder, is set up your brand. This includes logos, this includes fonts, this includes colors, maybe roundness of buttons and boxes and so on. So for the automatic pages, you have some settings which are located in settings branding, like logos, light, dark theme. You also have the accent color. You can enable or disable some gradients. Sorry, I didn't share. But if you go to settings branding, you can set up whatever you need here. Those settings, branding settings, will only count towards the automatic landing pages that I mentioned. They are flexible enough, but to achieve a greater level of customization, you need to use the website builder. So when you go to setting styles, you have a bunch of options here. So I'm going to go top to bottom. So first of all are the colors. So in order to make it easier for people, we added different palettes. You can think of them as color groups if you want. And all those palettes, again, are available for all themes. So by default, this theme comes with this palette. But if you want, you can switch it. And this is basically going to change all the colors that your current website is using. Meaning the button colors, primary button colors, secondary button colors, any backgrounds you have, and so on and so on. I'm going to show you, just maybe choose this one. So as you can see, it changes buttons, changes colors, icons, subtitle text. It's going to change the backgrounds of some sections. Those sections are a different type. I'm going to show you in a bit. And basically you can very quickly switch between and you can find the one you want. If by any chance none of those, there are quite a lot of them, but if any chance none of those match your branding, you can of course create your own. So let's go to the default. So when you choose maybe the palette that mostly matches your brand, so comes closest to your brand, let's say for example it's this one, when you click add color, it is going to take all those colors, preset them by default, and you can just make the small tweaks and changes so that this matches your brand. So if none of the palettes make sense for your brand, you can choose the one that makes the most sense, click add color, it's going to automatically use all of those, and you can change those to whatever you want. One very important thing that you need to keep in mind is because we have different section types. So we have light, dark, colored, and custom. I'm going to show you all of those in the specifics. But each and every section has this type. So all of those sections use the colors depending on the section type. Meaning that when you apply your own colors, you should read this, and basically this should be your guiding light. So main accent color, as you can see it, it's here. Secondary accent color, it's more often than not used for buttons and so on. Light shade and dark shade, whatever your brand is, just keep the light shades light and the dark shades dark. What I mean is, here you can see the other accent. You are going to see this, and I'm going to go back to it when we start adding the different types of sections. But again, accent colors, whatever you want. If your brand has only one accent color, you can just set the same color here. Light and dark shades, if you don't have two light shades, for example, they can be the same color, but they should be light. Otherwise, if you add all dark shades here, they're going to mess up with the text colors. They might obscure the text colors and so on. So keep this at the back of your mind. So section style. This is something that takes a bit of getting used to, but when you add a section, which we're going to do in a bit, it is going to, each and every section again has a style, which is light, dark, colored, and custom. This means that whenever I add a section, whatever setting I've set up here, this is the type of section that this is going to add. So if I have a light brand, for example, and I don't want anything dark in my website or vice versa, I would choose light here. So all the sections I add throughout the website are going to be light by default. You can change it for each and every section, but by default, they're going to be light. Accent color, this changes based on the different palette that you've chosen. This accent color, you can change the different accents, and it's going to affect buttons and so on. So font style, this is something, again, that we wanted to give you a lot of flexibility. So as you can see, we have two types of font style. One is the text, and we've given you the freedom to add different fonts to the different types of text you have. Meaning that tagline is this, title is this font, this. Just let me go back to it, sorry. Subtitle would be this thing, and body is the text for each and every section. So you have the option to change the font style of each and every part of your texts, and we have a lot of fonts that you can choose from. And you can change the thickness of each font. Maybe you want to have the tagline very light. Maybe you want to have it extra bold. So this is going to apply, again, all the styles here are going to apply throughout the website. To whatever section you have, those are going to be the defaults. In a bit, I'm going to show that you can redefine and override those defaults for each and every section, for each and every text. So if you want to keep the whole vision of the website fluid and the same throughout, but you want to create a section, for example, or a page that is very specific and very different, you can do this. All of those are just there to help you set your branding up as fast as possible. The other thing is the button style, and again, you can choose the no roundness, meaning square buttons, light roundness, full roundness. You can even have custom roundness. You can make them whatever you want. Again, this is going to apply throughout. The font for the buttons, you can choose, predefine the button colors. So the primary color, and the secondary color. So by default, depending on the palette you've chosen, we are going to have this pre-selected, and you can choose each and every of the palette colors that you've chosen. You can even choose different shades of it. If I want it to be darker or lighter, we can choose the opacity if you want to make it transparent or something. And if none of those work for you, again, you have the freedom to choose whatever color you like. I am going to now reload the page. No, I'm going to just go back to this because this is the palette default. The same thing you can do with the text inside the buttons. Now it's white. Maybe I want it something like this. You have complete freedom over this. The same, you can choose even a gradient if you want for some specific brandings. I'm not going to get into this right now. And you can do the same for the secondary button. Again, you can choose a custom hover, you can choose borders, and so on and so on. This is best explored once you actually start playing with it, because it's I can spend an hour only on those settings. So again, you have a layout shape, which is going to be roundness for boxes and such. Here you can add your fav icon, which is going to show here in the browser. And the two interesting ones are custom CSS. So some themes might come with a custom CSS that we've added to achieve something. And it comes always with do not remove this code. Of course, you're free to remove it, but you can add as many custom CSS rules as you want. This is probably for more advanced users that want to have complete control of how everything looks. And the last thing from the styles tab is the custom scripts. So I am going to go outside the builder just for a bit. This should not be confused with your tracking scripts. So while you can add tracking scripts in this box, it's better to do it from settings tracking, where you paste your Google Tag Manager, analytics, maybe Google API for server-side tracking, Facebook Pixel, and the same Facebook Conversion API talking here. And those are going to enable the tracking throughout your website. And it's going to work out of the box, and you don't need to set everything up. If by any chance you need additional scripts, which are going to be added to the non-website pages, you can add them here. So maybe you want additional JavaScript or a tracking or whatever on your checkout, you can do it here. For the landing pages, you can do it here. And for the educational portal, which we're not going to get into right now, you can do it here. So those custom scripts, back to the website builder, in the styles tab, are JavaScripts that are going to be added on each and every page of your website. So if you maybe have a chat that you want to add to your website so that your customers can get in touch with you, this is the place to do it. If you want a custom JavaScript that does something more interesting, again, for more advanced users, this is the place to do it. So this will apply to all pages of the website. We do have a section which allows you to add custom code, which we're going to get into a bit, but this will add the custom code within this section, so within this page. What else here? Yeah, so one last thing before we actually move to the sections is when you go to settings, and again, settings, you have the specific settings for this page. So this is the page name. This is how you are going to see the page in the, for example, in the listing here and in the listing here. You can change the name if you want. Page visibility is something very interesting. So if you want to create maybe a members area where you share articles, a private blog page or whatever, you can, by default, each and every page is visible to everyone as long as the page is published and the website is active, of course. But you can say that you want this page only visible to you for some reason. You can say that you want this page visible only to people who are logged in. So they are enrolled, they have access to at least one of your products. Or you can be even more specific and say that you want this page visible only to people who have access to whatever product, JavaScript for beginners. This is a great way to actually sell Patreon-like stuff. Because Patreon is basically a gated feed where you can share videos, you can share text, you can share files and whatever. So if you want, you can create a generic product with a subscription, people can buy it, and then you can create a page within the website which only those people will be able to access. You create the page and you say that the page visibility is only to people who have access to this product, meaning that they need to be logged in and they need to have active access to this product, meaning if they've canceled your subscription and try to open the page, they're not going to be able to. The last thing here in settings is the share meta. So this is basically the SEO stuff. So this affects how the page is going to be crawled and indexed by search engines. So this is the home. This is the title of the page. And when you share the link of the page, when you paste it in, I don't know, in a chat, or when you paste it on social media and whatever you write here is going to be the title of the page. This is the URL of the page. Right now we're viewing the home page, so you cannot change it, of course, because it's the home page. This is the page description. You can add your own custom image for, again, the share link. And you can customize this also. So this is basically it for the different types of settings. Again, layout is all the sections for the page plus the common sections that we have. Styles is the simplest and best way to apply your branding throughout the website, meaning colors, meaning the default section style, accent color, fonts, buttons, layouts, custom CSS, custom scripts. Pages, you can browse your pages. Themes, you can browse your themes. So I've made a lot of changes which I don't want to publish, so I'm going to reload the page because I want to start fresh. Okay, so just let me check on my agenda real quick. Yeah, we have questions. Dimitri is going to pull out the ones that he cannot answer, in the chat, and we are going to have. I'm going to try at least an hour of questions so that I can try and basically help you set things up the way you want. So we will have time for this. Dimitri told me Claudia's question. I am going to try and answer it as soon as we're done with the demo. Okay. So now, the website builder is very interactive, meaning that each and every section you can access its settings from here. You can open the different settings. We're going to go through them, but something that most people don't realize at the beginning is that I'm going to close this. Almost everything that you need to do style-wise, you can do simply by clicking on the different sections. So by default, when you hover a section and click on it, you're going hover a section, you're going to see different actions. So hide, this is going to hide the section. Duplicate, of course, duplicate, delete, and move up and move down and move up. We cannot move this up because it's going to go above the header. I suggest when you install a theme, before going into settings, layout, and clicking on a section, like some website builders do, you have a lot of the settings built into the actual website. So just by hovering with your mouse, you can change a lot of stuff. You're going to see different markers, different draggers that appear, different boxes to click, and so on. I suggest you play with this. So for example, if I want this image to be smaller, the simplest way is just go here, drag it to the right, the image is smaller. If, for example, I want to make the image, the text above the image, I can just go here, click, text becomes above the image. Now I don't like it because it's to the left, I can make it centered. Just let me return this right now as it is. This text, for some reason, is too small for me. So I'm going to shrink the image a bit, and then I can adjust the text size here. Again, the text alignment, and keep a lookout for those. I can even change the icon size from here. Keep a lookout for all of those, let's call them builder controls. So depending on a section type, you are going to have different controls. So this section, you can make it on 2 columns, for example, and you can add content here. If you want those, the testimonial section, we are going to go into this. If you want it to be a slider, you just hover it, click slider. If you want this to be a marquee, which is an automatic slider, you can do that. If you want this to be let's say 2 columns, you can add columns here. So this depends on the section type, but I suggest you play with it a bit to get familiar with it, because a lot of the stuff, a lot of the small tweaks you can do without ever opening the sections. So one thing that all sections have, you see this spacing. If you hover it, you're going to get this grayed out thing. You can just make it smaller if you want, or make it larger if you want. So I suggest you play with this a bit. I can make the width larger, smaller, whatever I want. I am going to be making changes, breaking stuff, then reloading the page so that we can get the original. For example, here you can say that you don't want them to be, you want them to be 4 in a row, 3 in a row, or the default 5. You can also click the sections that have items. You can click add item from here. You can duplicate the item, delete the item, for example, if I don't want this, and so on and so on. I'm not going to go into details for each and every section's builder controls, but keep a lookout for those because they can save you a lot of time. So reloading the page again so that we can start fresh. Now, when you hover each and every section and click wherever, if it's click wherever on the section, we are going to automatically take you to the settings of this specific thing. So I'm going to click somewhere in the section, not on a specific item. Then we're going to click on specific items. If I click here, it is going to open the section settings. So you can either access it through clicking on the section itself, or you can access it here in the layout tab. It's easier for me and probably for most people to just find what you need to edit and just click on it. All the texts all the texts in the website you can edit either by clicking on them and editing it here, or by actually just typing. So maybe I want to add another sentence here. I just click here. I can maybe paste it here and format it. But if I don't want to, I can say another sentence here. Now, let's say I want to make it bold. I have 2 options. Select it here or make it bold. Select it here and make it bold. Again, we've tried to make everything editable within the website builder without you having to navigate the section settings. So let's go through the section settings right now. So depending on the type of section, each section can have different settings, so different stuff you can do with it. But they all share some similarities and they all follow the same logic. So the first thing that each and every section has is a section style. This is not true for the custom code section because the idea for there is to paste your own code. So this is where the palettes come into account. I'm going to reload the page again to get back to the basics because I've made a lot of changes. So each and every section starts with the section style. So you can choose between light, dark, colored, and for the colored you have different options. So this is where your light and dark accents come. So by default the colored is light, it depends on the theme. You can choose the dark coloring, which is going to use the dark accent, or you can choose the vivid coloring, which usually you can't see it probably very well here, but it's a bit lighter. So again, light, probably the default for most themes and for most brands. Dark, which is going to use the accent from the palettes. So you've preset this up. So each and every dark section is going to have the exact colors that you want. Or if you want to go really deep into it, custom. So with custom, you can change whatever you want. You can change the backgrounds, you can make them gradient, you can change the text, you can add background images, background videos, because we have had some questions how to have background videos. You can say that the layout is boxed, which is going to create a box for it. And then you can set the background for the actual section content and the actual section. This gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom to actually style the section style however you want. This is without even going into the actual texts and images and so on. You can say that you want a border, box radius, box shadow, backgrounds and so on. This is a more advanced thing that probably most of you will not need to do. But it is an option for those who have very specific brandings or those who want to create something that is very unique to them. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. The second thing that almost all sections have, probably the logos section and the educator section don't have it in the slider, but is headings. So those are all the main texts of the section. And again, you can edit those just by clicking and typing, but the headings usually have a style. So you can box the headings if you want. So you can have a boxed section with box headings if you're into that. And you can define the box radius and so on. But for the majority of cases, you can edit the tagline, which you can also make boxed if you want. There are a lot of settings here, which I'm not going to go into all of them, but it inherits by default the colors that you've selected and set up. You can change them however you want. You can change the size if you want, and you can be very specific on desktop, tablet, and mobile. We're not going to do that right now. The same thing you can do with title, which is this thing. The same thing you can do with the title width. So you can shrink it from here, you can shrink it from there, whatever you want. You can change the subtitle, you can change the text, you can format it, add colors, add width, and so on and so on and so on. So this is regarding the headings. Most sections have this, not all of them, because not all of them need it. The next thing with sections, which again, most sections have it, probably all of them, is size and alignment. So this is the total width of the section. And again, you have the spacings, which is here. So you can change it from here, you can change it from here. And keep in mind that on mobile, the spacings can be different because sometimes you want to give it more space on mobile or less space on mobile. So if you switch to the mobile view, you can just drag it from here, or you can switch to the space settings mobile and you can change it from here. If you don't want any spacing on the top, you just click remove top spacing. So you're not going to have this dragger. And you can remove the bottom, left, right spacing and so on. So you have media style with sections that have media, meaning images, videos, and so on. And again, you can play with it a bit. This is going to split them, and this is going to separate them. You have content alignment, which is basically how you want to align the content. You have the media alignment, which is the same thing as here. And as I say, most of the alignment / where something needs to go, where something needs to offset, all the spacings and so on, you can do directly through the website builder. And it's more convenient because you can see the change. Let's say I want this to be smaller, I want this to be centered, and I want the image to be on the top for some reason. So I can do this just with 3 clicks without having to go into the section settings. The section settings are there to give you the full extent of customization that the builder offers. And you have a lot of settings that I strongly suggest you just play with, because unless you publish the page, whatever you break, you can save for later, but it's going to be only for you. The next thing that a lot of sections that allow images and videos are the images and video settings. So of course, this is the image that you have here, and this is the image action. So when someone clicks on this image, where do they need to go? We are going to check this in a bit, but basically you have different links. So you can have a URL, paste whatever you want. You can link to a specific product page within the builder. You can link to a specific page, which is not product page, let's say to about page. You can link to the checkout of a specific product, just choose a product. You can link an email. This is for the email to pop-up phone. And you can even decide to open a pop-up. If someone clicks something, we're going to go into the pop-ups in a bit. And you can do a scroll to. So this link selector is available for everything that can be clickable. So images can be clickable, buttons of course can be clickable. So everything that can be clickable has all of those options. So if you want to maybe make a single page website and you have the pricing somewhere at the bottom, you can have a button check pricing. And the button, you can just set it up, scroll to, select the section for the plans and pricing. So now if let's save it, click preview. This is going to open the preview, and now the enroll button is going to take me to the plans and pricing section. So that way you can have single page websites. and navigate through them. Okay, so images and video. To get back to it, you can, of course, if you click the image, it's going to open those exact settings. So you can select an image. Either you can select an image from your file manager, add new images, of course, or you can even select images from Unsplash. Let's say I want here, this is a marketing tactics. Let's say that I want to add an image just as a placeholder while I don't have an image, or I just wanna, I cannot create an image for some reason. If I type marketing, it is going to suggest some marketing images, so maybe I can add this. So this is a very quick way either to actually use those images or to very quickly prototype, meaning that we are going to have an image here, an image there, an image of a person for the educators and so on. Okay, so you can edit the width, but you saw that you can edit it from here and it's much more convenient. You can center the image, so choose the image focal point. Of course, this is going to center it to the top left, top right, center, and so on and so on, based on your image. This, because I see it's cut out a bit when I shrunk it, it's probably better like this. It's going to fit more of the image. Of course, each and every section that has media, it can be image, like I showed you, or it can be video. So it can be a video that you have uploaded to Skillplate, which is by default file manager. You would click select a video. I don't have any videos right now, but you can just add a video and use that. Or you can use a video URL. And by default, we support YouTube, Vimeo, Vista, Loom, Gimlet, TikTok, and Twitch. So you can embed your Twitch stream here if you want. Just paste the URL. We're going to take care of embedding the player, and you don't need to add any JavaScripts or custom code or whatever. You can add the media shape. Let's say you want to make it a circle for some reason. This is probably better for images and about sections and so on. Some sections, moving down to the list, have bullets. So those are, in this case, different, let's say, features that you want to showcase, or a list of what this course is going to include, what skills people are going to learn from your product or whatever. You can add as many bullets as you want. And of course, you can remove a bullet. And you can reorder them, choose from a variety of icons. So we have feather icons, phosphor icons, and icon noir. And basically, there are thousands of icons. I mean, tens of thousands of icons you can choose from. You can, of course, type. Let's say I want here an icon like this. I want an airplane for some reason. Here's my airplane icon. I want to make it bigger. I want to fill it. And it depends on the icon type if it's going to fill it or not. And I can choose the icon color if I want to, for some reason, I don't know, make it red to stand out. I can reorder those, edit the texts, and so on and so on and so on. I can decide right now the icons are in a row format, so they're going to be coming one after the other. If I want to make a list, I can just say column. It's going to make them as column. Of course, this probably needs to be the same size for it to make sense. So a lot of sections have those bullet lists. Now socials, and again, we are diving into sections that to section settings that not all sections might have. So usually the banner section is one of the most customizable ones, and it probably has the most types of settings. So it has bullets, it has separate socials, so I can add a social, let's say Facebook, I want to share my Facebook account, or X, or whatever icon we're missing, we are going to add them. We try to facilitate everything that people want. Again, messages in the chat, we're probably going to do it in a day. So if I want, I can add those. Right now, I'm not going to. And I can remove them. Of course, if I add a couple, again, I can I added 2 LinkedIns. Just let me add an X. I can reorder them, of course. Okay, now we come to a section setting which is available for all sections. This is the section visibility. So you might have sections that work great on desktop, where people have great resolution. Maybe it's a nice image or something with a lot of text, or for whatever reason, you can choose to hide a section on specific resolutions. So if you click the desktop, this section is not going to be available on desktop, but if you go to the tablet mode, it's here. let's say I want to hide it also on tablet and only have it on mobile. So desktop, it's gone. Tablet, it's gone. Mobile, it's here. This also gives you a lot of freedom to actually do whatever you want to do. And last but not least, all the sections have a section class. So you can add different sections classes here. And if you're a more advanced user and maybe want to use some JavaScript, custom scripts, or you want to write your own CSS, then you can add your own custom class to this specific section. And basically with CSS and JavaScript, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. So different sections can have items. So for example, banners can have buttons. By default, we have one button. Banners can support up to 2 buttons. And I can change the button style. Right now it's primary. I can change it to secondary, which is going to inherit, again, those styles from the palette. So everything follows the guidelines that you've set up beforehand. And again, you can add icons here. You can change the link. You can change the color if you want. You can change the icon color, the size. You can do whatever you want. If you want to be very specific, you can go to custom, and now you have background color, gradients, with borders, without borders, colors, transparency, whatever you want. Probably most of you won't use this because you would want it to follow, again, the styles that you've chosen. So link type, border type, transparent type. This is, of course, for dark sections, and so on. Again, those you can reorder, you can edit, you can make them link to whatever you want. So one cool thing is that once you set a section up the way you want it, let's say, for example, you want to create a nice, I don't know, FAQ section. You've gone through all the settings, you've set up the perfect widths and images and headers and questions and whatever, and you want to add this section to different pages, because FAQ, it makes sense for you to have it on multiple pages. So once you've set a section up the way you want it, you can just click Save Section. This is going to save the section for you to reuse wherever you want in the website. So this is probably not a very well styled section, but I am going to save it, and I'm going to call it my very not cool banner. So I click save. Now this section is saved, and I'm going to show you in a bit. You can add it wherever you want, and it's going to look exactly like you've made it look. This is great for FAQs that you want to reuse, for reviews, for contact forms, maybe for a logo slider or whatever. So every page, every theme, the main system pages, so home page, about page, contacts, they are with pre-built sections, whether it's a free theme or a paid theme. All those sections, now we're moving to the adding of a section part, all those sections you have access to pre-built by us the way that you see them. So for example, this theme, I totally destroyed this section, but let's say that I loved the section in the beginning, how it was. When I go to click to add a new section, I can see all the theme sections, and those are all the sections of all the themes, free or paid, that are predefined by us. We are going to see the different, what we call presets, which you have probably over 140 of them. So you have a lot of options. But if you love a specific section from a theme, you can just click add section, theme sections, and we can add this banner that I totally destroyed here. Now I don't need it. I'm gonna remove it. The other thing that you can do with clicking add is we can add some of our saved sections. So this is my very not cool banner, this thing. Let's just set it at the beginning. It takes some time for it to create a screenshot, but it is going to create a screenshot of exactly how it looks, so that I have a reference, I have the name, I can rename it, delete it. So let's say that I want to add it here. So saved sections. And I'm going to click on this section just a bit. Yeah, sorry. And it is going to add my very not so cool banner here, so I can reuse it. Okay, I am going to now remove those so that we can get back to a fresh version, because I published some stuff that didn't look good. I am going to add the theme section with the proper banner here. And I'm going to publish the page to basically take it back to whatever it looked like. Okay, so now I am going to walk you through the different types of sections that we have, but I'm just going to briefly stop on the what we call common sections. So again, the common sections are separated clearly. Announcement bar, header, you cannot reorder those, you cannot delete them. You can turn them off if you want, if you don't want a header or an announcement bar for some reason. And the footer, which is of course at the very bottom, right here. If you decide to disable the footer, we are going to leave a small footer here with just the Skillplate branding and the terms of service and privacy policy, because you need to have those listed. Okay, so those common sections, again, they follow, depending on the section, they follow a similar structure. So style and alignment, all sections have those, and visibility. Because the announcement bar is not a section that you can add images or videos, and it doesn't make sense to do it, it has a different number of settings. So you can have an announcement bar which is text, and you can customize again the text, the buttons, the links, the whatever you want. You can set it's a slider if you want, and you can adjust the timing from when it's going to change slides. You can do it a scroll with a scroll. You can do it sticky. So this is static, so when I scroll it's going to disappear. If I make it sticky, it's going to always stay at the top. So I can even make it so the announcement bar is at the bottom if you want it. So basically the sky's the limit. I suggest you go into the different settings, play with them a bit. So whatever changes I make, again, to the announcement bar, header, footer, promotional pop-ups, you can have multiple, they are going to apply throughout the website. I am just going to open one additional probably section. Let's say that it's going to be testimonials and reviews, to show you different section settings. So section style, we agreed, always there, light, dark, colored, dark, vivid, custom. I do whatever I want. Let's keep it light. So headings, we already went through that. This only has a title. If I want, I can edit the title. If I want to say something more, maybe I can add a tagline. This shows above. If I don't need it, I just remove it. If I don't need the title, I just either remove it from here or just select it all, remove it, and it's gone. If I wanted to remove it for some reason. Okay, so let's get back to the testimonials. So the testimonials, again, size and alignment. This is the layout width, the desktop, the spacing, the paddings. You probably get the picture now. Buttons, you can add buttons to this. Let's say that maybe you have view all. Maybe you have a specific page of all the testimonials and reviews that you've collected ever. You just want to showcase a couple of them here. And you can add this view all button, which is going to take you to a page, probably all reviews or whatever page you've created. And I'm going to show you how we create pages in the different types just in a bit. Okay, so I don't need this button. I'm just going to remove the text. The button's gone. You can have two buttons here. Okay, I am going to refresh because I want the fresh version of the page to come back. Okay, so I just deleted one testimonial. I'm just going to click copy, showing you copy. Let's say that there are 6 of them right now. So again, I can make it 1 if I want, per row, 2, 3, 4. Let's keep it at 3 because it's an even number. So now again, block style, this is going to switch because the section type is testimonials and reviews. This is going to switch between reviews with a star rating. Again, click on the stars, decide how many stars, this how many stars. It's very simple like this. So this is 3 stars for some reason. If I want to switch the block style, for example, to testimonials, it is going to make it a bit different. It is going to add this icon, which of course, again, you can style whatever you want to do. The color of it, you can choose the size, and so on and so on and so on. This affects all the blocks here. Visibility, section CSS class is clear. So those sections which have a list of stuff. So testimonials and reviews, you obviously have more than, you can have more than one testimonial review. Slideshow, you can have multiple slides. Products, if you choose the product listing from the product type, you can have multiple products. So there are sections that have items. Again, testimonials and reviews, educators, plans and pricing, feature cards, features and benefits. You can figure it out from the plural name of the section. Media gallery, FAQs. I am going to show you a couple more sections, but whenever a section has items, you can add not as many items as you want, but more than enough. And if it's not enough, just add the same section below it and add the other stuff. We just keep it, we do have some restrictions, so we're not allowing you to add, for example, 5,000 of a single item because the page is going to be huge. So you can reorder those, and again, everything within this you can edit. You can change the text, you can add an image if you want. Let's say that I want an image of a happy, whatever, happy people. They left an amazing review for some reason. So I can have a max width with this. I can edit the text, I can edit the name, I can bold it. If this is for reviews and testimonials, I'm going to remove this because we don't need it, but I can add on, let's switch it. Yeah, because Sarah Johnson has left this review, so I can probably add Sarah Johnson's image because she left the review. And I need to change the type here, but you get the point. So you can delete those, you can duplicate those. So maybe you set one up, you style it the way you want. This is very good for reviews. So maybe you can set it up the way you want with the stars, with the colors, with the size. And what you would usually do is create one and just duplicate it as many times as you want and just change the review, change the text. So other sections that are more interesting are let me choose it from here. So adding a section. Again, the saved sections are the sections that I created myself. I styled them the way I want it. I made them the way I want them. And then I can reuse throughout the website. The theme sections are the pre-made sections that the theme comes with by default. So this is a styled banner, those are styled testimonials, this is a logo slider, and so on and so on. Basically, however you see the theme, each of the sections you see for both free and paid themes, all of them can be reused right out of the box. But let's say that you want to do something more custom. So we've tried to group them the best way we can. So you have image sections. Of course, those are going to be sections, different types of sections that have images, image and text, background image, galleries, and so on and so on. Video sections or purely text sections. You can use those as separators. You can do that. You can use those in the Patreon scenario that I mentioned and so on. You have banners, slideshows, about, call to actions. Call to actions is a very nice separator section or something that you can put at the very bottom. I think that this theme has one. Yeah, this is a call to action section. This is a great place where you can use either a custom, so you can make it whatever color you want, or maybe you can use it as a colored and say that it's going to use the dark side of your palette or the vivid side, whatever you set up. So this section, again, it's as advertised, the call to action section. So basically it's a button that is going to take people somewhere. And of course, you can here, you can add headings, size and alignment, image, bullets. You can make a simple call to action section, look and feel and do whatever you want it to do. This was the whole idea of the website builder. And again, you have different controls. This is a plans and pricing section. I'm going to give you a few examples so that you can get the gist of it. This is again a review section. And I'm going to show you just one or two more of those, let's say, all-round sections that you can use throughout the website. Then we're going to move through the common sections. So one very common thing that you would do, FAQs, I'm going to let you guys figure this out, is lead forms. So you can collect emails from people. You can create a contact form with this if you have a message. So all the people who actually fill this are going to get added to Skillplate, to your leads list, meaning that you can collect customer information that way, and then you can try to send them emails, upsell something, enroll them in products, and so on and so on. One cool thing that I wanted to show you is we have an event countdown section. Maybe you're running a promotion or something, and when the timer ends, something is going to happen. So this section is is very cool. We have had people use this on Black Friday campaigns, of course, where you say when the Black Friday is going to end. Let's say that it's going to end. My promotion is going to end on April the 8th at 6 p.m. So it starts a countdown timer. Again, you can add images, text, style, whatever, light, dark colored. You get the picture now. One thing that you can do is in this section, which the event countdown section, which is really cool, is after this timer expires, you can choose to remove the section automatically, so you don't have to keep track of all the promotions you're running when they're over. Or you can say that it has a specific action. So maybe I want to create a landing page which is only for my Black Friday offer, and when this Black Friday offer expires, I want to take people back to the product listing page, for example. So I can choose after event specific action, take them to the page, all products, meaning that those people who open the page after the timer is over, or the page is indexed or whatever, they're not going to land into a page that shows information that is not relevant right now, so a promotion that's over or something like this. They are going to be automatically taken to a specific page you want, or you can say nothing and the timer is going to show all zeros. Last, probably from those, I'm going to call them presets, is okay, not last, is link in bio. So you guys are probably familiar with platforms like Linktree or whatever. We decided to basically create those platforms and give them to you for free. So I am going to show you an example of this when we create a landing page. I'm going to show you how to create a link in bio page without having to pay anything for it, just as part of your Skillplate account, and use it the way you want. The last section that I'm going to cover right now, and I'm going to circle back to link in bio, is custom code. So we had a lot of requests of people who wanted to add their own custom thing to Skillplate. So the custom code section, again, some style, heading, size and alignment, and so on. Those reloading the page for the timer to disappear because it messes me up for a bit. So custom code section. The custom code section is basically the place where you can put whatever you want. By whatever you want, I mean whatever you want. You can put HTML here, JavaScript here, whatever you want. This you can use to embed maybe if those videos that you want to embed are not supported by us, you can use this. You can embed any iframe here. You can even write HTML elements. It's going to auto-complete them for you. Basically, you can inject HTML, CSS, JavaScript here. You can have a specific page with only a custom code section, and you can basically write your own code here. So you can, yeah. So this you can use to embed calendars, to embed booking forms, to embed, I don't know, onboarding forms, whatever you want. Either you code it yourself, or the software that you're using, you get an embed from it. This basically gives you all the freedom you need to extend whatever is missing from Skillplate currently from the website builder with whatever you want. And again, add it here, maybe add a class to it, and then within this page also add the JavaScript, and you can create whatever you want. This is a blank canvas. Okay, so now probably finally we are going to see how we create a new page, because right now I've showed you the website pages that come by default, and you see that you can do whatever you want with them. You can delete, for example, each and every section of the home page if you want, for some reason, or you can add as many sections you want, or reorder them, or whatever. Reloading the page again, just so that because I deleted sections that I didn't want to. So now, how to create pages? You have two options. Going back to the list, one is clicking the add page, and also from here, from the drop down, create page. They open the same pop-up, and they use the same exact logic. So a website page is a page that is a part of your website, meaning that it is going to inherit all the styles that you've set up and all the common sections. So when I create a website page, it is going to have the announcement bar that I've set up, the header that I've set up, the footer that I've set up, promotional pop-ups. I haven't forgotten about this. I'm going to show you. But it is going to inherit all the common sections. So this is a great way, for example, if you want to build a page that is within your website, maybe an extended about page, an educators page, reviews page, or whatever. This is part of your website. What's also interesting is creating a landing page, and we're going to create one now. Click customize, and it's going to open the landing page within the website builder. So it doesn't matter if I create it from the builder list or from within here. But this is the landing page. So by default, it also takes all the styles, common sections, and so on that I've created for my website. The difference here is that whatever changes you make to this page, whatever changes, style changes, font changes, color changes, announcement bar, header, footer, doesn't matter. They're only going to affect this page. This allows you to create completely different pages, to maybe A/B test something, to maybe just create a quick landing page for a quick promo you're doing or something like this. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn off the announcement bar, turn off the header, and turn off the footer for some reason. I'm going to hit publish. Now this is my page. It doesn't, just let me close the preview. It doesn't have the announcement bar. It doesn't have the footer or anything like this. My website and all the pages that are website pages still have all of this. And here, again, the sky's the limit. I can go to styles, I can change whatever I want, and I can make this page look and feel completely different. This is the whole idea of the landing pages. You can have your own website with about me, a complete website, a corporate website, personal blog, whatever. But if you decide to A/B test something, maybe roll out different versions of a page, maybe prepare for a promotion, a campaign, or whatever, you can create a specific landing page. This is great for marketing efforts because it's a completely different thing. And I am going to use this landing page as an example of how you can easily build a link in bio. So again, it doesn't have any logos, any navigation. Let's say that I just want to build my link in bio. So I remove everything from here, and I'm going to go to layout, add new section, link in bio. And I'm going to choose one of the presets. Let's say that I want a very simple preset. Link in bio. I can make this bigger if I want. Let's just keep it like this. And this is my name. Simeon. I do tech stuff. I can choose my image. As you can see, this is not me, but let's say that this is me. And maybe here I can share a YouTube URL or whatever video URL I want. And in this case, I don't want to. And here I can add whatever links I want. So again, the buttons can be primary, secondary. They're going to inherit everything, all the colors, fonts. I can make them custom. I can add icons. Maybe I want to do, I don't know, add a link. I'm going to remove some of the links because I don't have that many. So maybe I want the first link to be follow me. The second link can be merchandise. And the third can be book a call. So those can link to Skillplate pages, can link to a direct phone call, can link to an email, to a checkout, to a product. The sky's the limit. So now in about a minute or so, and of course I can add my socials here. there's another list of socials here. If you just click on all the socials, and I can add my Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or whatever social I need. Maybe add my Google Maps address. This is great for people who have physical businesses. Let's say for doctors, for lawyers that wanna sell appointments for people to find them, link to my website and whatever. And just in a minute or so, I created my link in bio page. Just closing the preview. Great. Works on mobile, works on tablet, works whatever. So this is a free feature that you can use. Okay, last thing before I need to check my agenda. Yeah. Okay, so probably last thing that you can play with a lot. I'm not going to go into that many details because my wish of keeping this under an hour has failed miserably. But you can add as many promotional pop-ups as you want. So promotional pop-ups, you guys know what this is. This can be click here to claim this discount, watch this, sign up here, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to show you just one. You need to first enable it. It is not going to show right now because you might want to have it enabled, but still edit other sections. But when you want to edit it, you just click show pop-up. It is going to show. So the promotional pop-up is probably the section that has the most stuff. So first of all, you have behavior. You can choose to display it after a set amount of time. You can have it on manual trigger. And this is going to be for those buttons that I showed you, which when clicked should open a pop-up. They can only open a pop-up that is set up to be opened with a manual trigger, because you don't want to set this. Otherwise, if you set it to manual trigger and don't have a button to open it, no one is going to open it ever. So you can show immediately when someone opens a page. You can show after 3 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, after they go through 25% of the page, 50, 75, 100%, whatever. I'm just going to keep it on 3 seconds to show you a bit later. You can decide the frequency. How often should it show? Some pop-ups you might want to show always, meaning that each and every time a person opens a page after 3 seconds, you might want to show it once. So as soon as they close the pop-up, they're never going to see it again. Every hour, 6 hours, 3 days, 2 weeks, whatever. I'm just going to show it once. You can decide to show it on exit intent, meaning that as soon as someone leaves, tries to close the browser, I'm going to show this at this probably 3 seconds, and I'm going to show no limit so that I can show you. Show on exit intent. So as soon as someone tries to leave your website and close it, they are going to see the pop-up. You've seen this a lot. You can disable this for enrolled customers, meaning that people who are already part of what you're selling, they will not see it. And you can decide to show it on a specific page. For example, you want to only show it on this landing page or this page or that page. So only with those settings, you can customize the behavior of the pop-up very much. It's probably going to take care of 100% of the use cases that you have. And again, we come to the many settings that we have. So the backdrop overlay. Again, we're using the same colors. I can make it the opacity bigger. It can even hide all the content if you want. You probably don't want this. Let's keep it at 60%. You can blur. So right now people can see what's behind it. Now they can't. Or they can see the gist of it. You have pop-up style, which is, again, light, dark, colored, vivid, custom, do whatever you want. A box, transparent, and so on and so on and so on. The pop-up has headings, texts, size and alignment, which is the width, or whether it's going to be centered, left, right, where the media is going to align. If you have images and videos, so you can do video pop-ups. You can do image pop-ups, you can do YouTube pop-ups, and whatever. I'm just going to go with, I don't know. I don't have a YouTube URL with me right now, but you can do a video pop-up. This example is a promotional pop-up. You can add bullets, bullet text. Again, you can add icons from the thousands of icons that we have. Style it, color it, bigger, whatever you need. I'm probably going to delete this. You can add a form. We do have a form now. with only your email address, but you can add additional fields. You can add the name, the phone, the country, and even a message. So you can have a pop-up contact form. If people start leaving your site, you can ask them, hey, why are you leaving, or whatever your use case might be. This is an example with a form and a countdown. Again, the countdown has the same settings, the end date, what to do after it ends, as I showed you in the events countdown. You can share a promo code. So when people try to leave the website, for example, you might want to show them, use this code or whatever code you have, 50 off. So whenever they try to leave the website, they're going to get this pop-up. Again, you can edit the button. You can add a button, because this is the button for the contact form. And you can add custom code in the pop-up. So you can disable all of those and just have a pop-up with your own custom code, whether it's an embed, maybe, I don't know, a very specific form that you're using Google Forms for, or whatever. And you have the visibility, desktop, mobile, tablet. So basically the promotional pop-ups, the promotional pop-up is a very, very, very customizable thing. You can have lead forms, offer discounts, do countdowns, and even custom code, images, videos, whatever you want. There's a ton of settings here. I suggest you play with it a bit. I'm just going to show you how it works. So it has no limit, and it should show after 3 seconds. And I'm on the home page, so I'm going to reload the home page. And it shows. It took some time to reload. So I close the pop-up. I try to leave. This is a very obnoxious behavior for a pop-up. People are going to hate you about this, but this is something that you can do. This is because, again, I set it to no limit. If I set it to once, I'm going to open it here, and I already closed the pop-up. So now when I close it, even if I go to exit the page, I'm never going to see this pop-up again on this device. So if I open from another device, of course I'm going to see it. And you can have as many pop-ups as you want. You can see how it looks without editing stuff. If you disable edit mode, for now I'm not going to use it. So when you're done customizing the pop-up the way you want, you just remove show pop-up from here so that you can continue using your website builder, build whatever you want, but you still have the pop-up enabled. So it's not getting in the way of me working on my website, but it is enabled for people who visit the website. So I can add another pop-up and another pop-up, and I can configure them to show on different pages, and so on and so on and so on. Reloading again so that we get back to the original. And I'm just going to check my agenda. Yeah. I forgot to publish the disabling of the pop-up, so I saw it. What else? I think that this is it. So to do a quick sum up, first of all, you need to make sure that your website is activated. You can create as many pages as you want. We are going to create, this is something that I forgot to show you, we are going to create automatically pages for all your products. So I created a product in advanced called JavaScript for Beginners. We automatically create a page for each and every product. We take the image, the name, the price, the summary, and I am going to show you the product sections because they're a bit more specific. And by default, you can either use the predefined landing page that I showed you. It's not open here. Or you can use this page, which we create again automatically for every product you have. So by default, courses, for example, have the title, the image, the button to get now, which is going to take you to the checkout, and the course program. But those are pages like any other page that I showed you. So you can make them whatever you want. Add testimonials, add pop-ups, add forms, reviews, FAQs. You can build your product page however you want. And I forgot 2 specific sections, which I'm going to show you now. Let's use the About page because I'm tired of the home page. So The different section types, play with them a bit. I'm just going to show you the products. So the product section. So we have two product sections. One is featured product, when you want to show information for one specific product. First of all, before making any changes, you need to select a product, of course. So let's say that I want to do my JavaScript for beginners. So it automatically pulls my data from the product that I've created. And again, I can change the section style, light, dark, palettes, size and alignment, change the image and video, bullets, visibility, custom CSS. I can also, let's say that this is the image for my product, but this is the image that people are going to see on the checkout. But I want a different image. I can change it, and this is only going to change the image for this page. Meaning that if you have 5 different pages, 5 different pages where you're showcasing even the same product, you can try out different images for it to see what works better. If I change the name here, this is the default name for my product, which it pulled automatically, but I can change to a much cooler name, for example, or Black Friday offer or whatever. So using this featured product, depending on the product type, it is going to show whatever it can show. So for the course, I've already set up a course. Just let me show you how it looks like so that it makes more sense, the data that you're seeing. So my course has 3 modules, and it has 3, 4, 10 lessons in total. It costs, I already set up the price, so it costs $99, discounted from $199. And as you can see on this automatic page that you can do whatever you want with it. Let's return this to how it was. I edited the name, but yeah, this is for beginners. This is because I changed the name here locally. So it pulls the name by default, pulls the price that you've set up as your as your main price. It, depending on the product type, this is a course, it will show different options. So it will show the type of the product. You can, of course, choose not to show it. It is going to show how many hours of video you have. I haven't uploaded, so it doesn't show. It is going to show you the short description, again, from here. And it is going to, by default, give you a learn more button. If you want, for example, this is on the about page. If you have a specific page where you go into details of the product with reviews, testimonials, you can have a learn more. You can have a buy button. Those automatically lead to wherever they need to lead. You can style the section the way you want. But I wanted to show you, again, section style, alignment, and so on. I wanted to show you this because the product sections are automatically synced with changes you make to the product. So I'm going to reload this and add it here because it's easier to see probably. So products, let's add a featured product, for example. Let's choose JavaScript for beginners. It pulls all the data again from how I set it up. But let's say, for example, that I want to add another lesson. I need to publish the lesson. And I want to change the price. So make it $149. Click save. Now it usually takes a couple of seconds. But now, let me publish the page. But now if I reload the page, sorry, I should have published it before that. So when you have the page published and you change 149 and yeah, it was, let's call it 55. Just give it a bit. So now it's 55, meaning that this page and it shows 11 lessons. So as soon as you have a published page that has a product section, as soon as you have a published page that has featured product section and you've chosen a product, we are going to sync whatever changes you make. I need to reload this. It is going to sync the changes that you've made, meaning that you don't, if you have featured this product in 10, 20, 30 pages, whatever, you don't need to worry about the main product data. So the name is going to sync, description, the number of lessons, the price, whatever we can sync, we are going to automatically sync throughout your pages. This, the same goes to when you do a product listing section, product showcase, for example. The products that you choose here, and you can add as many products as you want. You can, again, make them, I don't know, 2 per row, 4, whatever. You can decide how the rows how you want the rows to go. A lot of settings, play with them a bit. But we are going to keep those synced, meaning that if my products cost $150, $150, whatever changes I make to the main product properties, they are going to sync. I'm going to open the all products page because we have a listing there. And as you can see, the JavaScript product was listed and it now costs $55 and it has 11 lessons. So you don't need to keep track of this. Okay, so now for the brief overview. So the website builder. The most important thing that you probably need to do from the very beginning is going to the styles. If you want to change the logo or if you want to change whatever I missed, just click on it and it usually takes you to the setting to change it. Going back. So the most important thing you need to do in the beginning is figure out what colors you're going to use. Most of the time you are going to have specific brand colors, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter. And I suggest you find the palette that mostly fits your brand. If it's this one, for some reason, or let's do something more bluish. Yeah, if it's this one, and if it works out of the box for you, perfect. Just click publish. Everything is going to be applied throughout the website as long as you haven't predefined it. Because again, each and every button I have complete control. I can have the whole website blue, but this specific button, for some specific reason, I can have it red, for example. If those don't match exactly what you want, you can just click add color. You can change this accent to maybe something, I don't know, a bit. This is, yeah, I can change it to something. You look at the navigation bar right now. I can change it to something, I don't know, a bit darker. And now when I click save, this is my custom palette. So I can switch between all of them, but this is my palette. So this is going to apply throughout. And using this add color technique that I showed you, you can create different palettes. You can do experiments with them to see which makes the most sense, and so on and so on. So the first thing you need to do to make your life easier is set this up, because this applies throughout. Again, you can choose fonts and button styles and shapes and so on, but the first thing you should do is the colors. Then here you have the settings, layout, all of your pages sections, common ones and page specific ones, styles, we went through it, a listing of all your pages, the different themes you have, settings for the page, meaning how the page is going to look when you share it, when you paste the link somewhere, who should be able to view this page. By default, it's everyone. What the page should be called, this is internally for you. Saving a page, I'm going to save this page. Now if I open my website, you can see the new palette applied. If I change something, let's say this shouldn't say contact, it should say contact us. If I only click save, this is for navigation, so it's a common section. But again, if I make changes to whatever section I need and I click save, I'm not going to see those changes until I publish them. This is a great way for you to build stuff. Maybe start building a page and then you need to, I don't know, go out, do some work. You can just save your progress. It's not going to go live until you publish it, unless it's a common section, because it uses, it's used throughout. So yeah, if a page is not saved, you can click preview. If a page is published, if you publish the page by clicking view site, you will open this in a new tab, and this is the link that you should give people. The link you can also get from here, just click copy link, and it's going to copy the link for each and every page you have. The difference between website page and a landing page, and those are grouped differently. A website page is pages that is going to inherit all the common styles, fonts, sections, scripts, navigation, announcement bar, footer, and promotional pop-ups. And the landing page is something that by default is going to inherit those, but it's something that you can customize any way you want. And again, it is quite a big thing that we've built. We're joking around the office that it's a product within the product, because even if you don't sell digital products, which you should, you can create your own personal website, your own link in bio, your own Patreon, your own private access community, your own blog. To create a blog, just create a new page with I'm going to give you an example, blog. Just create a new page called blog. You probably don't want this section. Usually the blog page is the listing page of all your articles. Just go to, I don't know, just pick something. Feature cards, for example, and choose a feature card section with images. And those are going to be links to the article pages that you have. Or choose maybe your blog is image rich. You can just choose, for example, media gallery, and you can choose this. And now this image can link to, let's say that this image, it also can have a text. So blog article 1. You can create a page for the blog article 1, style it once, then use the duplicate page functionality. Now you have a blog article template, but you can say that it leads to blog article 1, give it an image, let's say this one, and now you have a blog listing page. Check out my cool articles. You have blog article 1, 2, 3. Using this media section, you can even create different groups of articles. You can add reviews to the articles. In each and every article page, apart from using a combination of text and video sections, you can add a call to action to each and every blog article page. And you can make each article page completely different. So maybe you have a simple blog post, which is a couple of images, some text, and some bullets. Maybe you have a blog post that is only videos. Maybe you have a blog post that's all images with a nice image gallery. We have different options for this in the different section types. But this gives you a ton of freedom, because now you just go to the links. We don't need this to be the contact us. Let's say that it's the blog page. So let me publish it. Let's call it blog, publish. We don't need this. So let's open. Okay, now you have blog. I just click blog, and it's going to open my cool article page, and so on and so on. So basically, if you don't see a specific page called blogs or listing or articles or whatever, you can just create your own, whether it be a landing page, corporate website, showcase of your products, link in bio, contact forms, lead forms, whatever. You can probably 99% of what you're ever going to need, you can do. Whatever is missing, just a sec. Just a sec. Yeah, whatever you need, you can create. We are going to go into the questions right now. And I know that we had a question about the lead forms. I'm going to give you an example here on my blog page for some reason. So lead forms can be, and those are very similar in some way to the call to action, because the call to action can be just one field. But let's do a lead form, for example. So I chose this preset. So again, headings, images, videos, text, palettes, you get it. It has it all, so you can make this section look however you want. But by default, the lead forms are going to have some fields. So in this case, name and email. You can add phone, country, and message. If you add a message and someone also types in the message, you are going to receive an email with this person's data and the message they sent you. So you can use this as a contact form. So let's add a country, for example, and let's add, I don't know, a phone. And let's make the phone before the country. So again, you can, those are styled right now as rows. You can make them one below the other. Just play with it a bit. And each and every field has different, you can add the label and you can add the placeholder. So basically, you can style it the way you want. Labels don't show because they're not marked in the settings. You can find them in the settings. You can even make some fields not required. The only field that is required by default, and you cannot mark it as optional, is the email. Why? Because when someone submits your lead form, and I'm going to do it just now, I'm going to keep the name, I'm going to remove the phone and remove the country, get in touch, and we will send you something special. I am going to fill this form right now just to show you what happens after this. So you have a couple of form settings. One is how you want to tag the leads that you're getting. This is a great feature because you can then filter leads by tag and give them access to specific products, send them an email, contact them, and so on and so on. So this is in the form settings. You have a checkbox for consent, which people need to check if they're going to submit any data. You have a success. So after success, success means what happens after someone submits the form. So by default, you show them a message, thanks for subscribing, or whatever you write, or you can even redirect them. After they submit the form, you can take them to your offer page or a product page or a specific URL, or you can scroll them down to a specific section. I'm just going to keep this for now. And I'm going to, we did this on the blog page. I'm going to open the blog page, reload it. And now I have a form. So my name is John Doe, for example. And my name would be CTO at skillplate.com. So I click submit. I get thanks for subscribing. And now if I go back to my Skillplate and go to user and go to leads, I have John Doe here. John Doe is tagged with whatever tags I set. You can create as many tags as you want. So this person now has already an account on Skillplate. They don't know it, but they have an account, meaning that you can see the tags. You can filter all your leads by tags, by whether or not they've converted. Converted means whether or not they have become your customers. Right now, they're leads. If they buy something, if you give them access to something, they are going to be converted and they are going to show up in the users. Right now, they don't show in the users. It shows that there's a total of 2 users because one is a user, one is a lead, and they're not converted. This is a great way to collect leads. Maybe offer them something for free, then you can send them stuff, and with the API, which is going to be a whole other topic, hopefully very soon, you'll be able to do all kinds of automations based on the leads you create. So my mouth has ran very dry. Just excuse me for a sec. And I think that this is about it. Again, there's a lot to cover here because we have built a product within the product. Took us a very long time to do it. It still says beta, although it's not beta. We do have occasionally some quirks. Some things might get messed up a bit, some small issues, but we're constantly using you guys are great. We're constantly using your feedback and we're trying to improve it as much as possible. But at least from the close to 2 hours that I've shown you, you should now have a pretty good idea of how the website builder works, and basically that whatever you think of is possible. We are going to take a very short break, and we'll be back in about, let's say, 6 minutes, 5, 6 minutes, with all the questions. Dimitar has been answering a lot of them, and he has a list of questions that you've asked, good questions, and I'm going to try to answer all of them within the next, I don't know, 30-ish or so minutes. Thanks. Be back soon. Don't leave. Hello? Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, so we're back. And I'm going to go through a couple of questions. So one thing that we discussed now during the break was I showed you the lead forms, and I showed you how, and I'm going to share my screen again, and I showed you how people are added, leads are added. With the rollout of the API, which we really hope and we're pushing very hard to do in Q1, so within the next month or two, you will be able, and we are going to have a separate webinar and documentation and pre-made stuff for you guys to just use out of the box. But right now with the leads, you collect them here, as I showed you, but using the webhooks, which we currently have, you can also automatically add those leads to your mailing platform or CRM or whatever. So basically, once you set up a lead form, like I showed you how, you can go to settings, you can go to webhooks, and you can create a webhook called user created. Because leads are counted as users, you can just paste your webhook URL, and I'm going to just show you a quick example. This is a great testing tool because it catches webhooks so that I don't have to set everything up. But ideally, this webhook URL is going to come from your mailing client, let's say Klaviyo, MailChimp, whatever. So this is basically all the CRMs, all the mailing agents, they have this. So you would create the webhook. And now when someone fills in the lead form, you are going to get this information right away. I'm not going to fill the lead form again because we have more questions, but I'm going to send a quick test. So now when I open this webhook site, you see all the data that you are going to get inside of your MailerLite, MailChimp, or whatever. Whatever thing you want to integrate to. So you have all the data that you need. So you have the name, test user, the email, the country, whatever data we have for the user, we are going to send it. This, if you collect through lead forms, this is going to say lead true, and it's going to have all the tags that you need, meaning that you can have different lead forms. And then the most common use case using the webhook is when you get the data in your, let's say, Klaviyo, if you're using this for email marketing and whatever, you using this data, you can separate automatically those based on the tag, based on the country, based on whatever you want, and add them to different mailing lists. And then all your automations are going to kick in. They're going to get emails, free stuff, and whatever. You are going to be able to do this via the API, much more customizable when we roll out the API, and we're going to try to roll out the API with pre-made templates for N8N, Make, Zapier, and so on, so that you can just copy paste them and use them out of the box. But this is a great way to collect leads, which again, the leads are here. And also to feed the leads to whatever platform you want. CRM, mailing, doesn't matter. So just let me read through the question. Password protected pages. So this is a great question. It is achievable right now. So you can create accounts for people, and with sharing the screen again, with either importing users or having users sign up via a free product or to purchase a product or whatever gets the user in. I'm just going to use an example as new user. You can create the user, and all of those fields you can import via CSV file if you have multiple users. And how you would create a password page is probably create the user, set a password, and this is probably going to be the same password for all the users because you want them to access it via the same password, or better yet, create different passwords for users. And you can even create the user without a password. Click user choose. They're going to receive an email to create a password. And then in the website builder, when you go to a specific page, let's say that this hidden specific my landing page, the page visibility is only for either enrolled students, meaning people who have access to at least one of your products, doesn't matter which. But ideally, if you create a landing page with a free product or a paid product or whatever, the user has either chosen their own password or has the password that you set up for them. Then you would choose enrolled product in one of your products. So it's not a password page per se, but in the email which people receive, and you can customize all the emails for each and every product type, and you can create custom emails for each and every product. Then you can give them instructions. Hello, thank you for purchasing this and this and this. You can access your private page or gated community or your Patreon style thing here, and you just paste the link to the page that you've set up to be only visible to people who are logged in and have access to this account. So it's not a password protected page by default, but it is a nice enough workaround that you can use right now. Okay, undo, redo buttons. This specific important because accidentally change the size. Yeah, so until you publish the page, the changes will not go live. And whatever changes you make, going to this, let's just keep it open. Whatever change you make here, it's not even going to get saved until you at least click save. So redo, we don't currently have. I don't know if it's in the pipeline even, because it's with all the settings that you saw that each and every section and each and every part of the section has. It's very tricky to do from a technical standpoint, because we need to preserve history for a lot of changes. Some changes are quite big, meaning that you've removed an entire section, duplicated an entire section. So I understand the ease of use of it, but for now we don't have this. Sorry. Can we add an email option for a page and connect to external email platform like Brevo, MailChimp? Yeah, I answered this. You can do it. Okay. Does it have forms that can be added? Yes. Also, which webhook do we use for leads to Pabbly or Zapier? Yeah, the webhooks you use, again, depends on what you want to do. So the user created means that whenever a user joins Skillplate, either as a lead from a lead form or as someone who purchased something from you or got it for free, whenever a user enters your Skillplate account, the user created webhook is going to fire. And you can, if you want to feed data to multiple platforms or CRMs or whatever, you can create multiple user created webhooks. The other webhooks types are user updated, when an update is made to the user, either if they made it themselves through their profile or you made it. The payment succeeded, which sends whenever someone goes through the checkout. This also includes free trials and free checkouts. The payment failed. It's self-explanatory. When someone starts subscription, cancels, completes a course, module, or lesson, we will be adding more webhooks and more stuff you can do when we roll out the API. You showed how to change the default page. A logged-in user lands on. It was a website page. Can you? Yeah. So this goes back to the. I'm going to disable the website for a bit. Oh, and disabling a website is also going to remove, because we do the sitemaps and the robots.txt and all the indexing stuff that you need automatically. As soon as you disable the website, we usually update this every couple of hours. So if you disable the website, we are going to remove all those pages from the sitemap, so they will not get indexed. So for the home page, if you have a website active, whatever page you just set as home, this is going to be the home page. If the website is not active, you're using the default automatic pages, then you need to go to settings, general, and choose which page to land on. So I've now disabled the website, and when I open my main URL, I'm going to be taken to the development community page because this is what I've chosen. I can take users to the automatic product listing page with all of my products. Let's remove this. And now people are going to see all the products that I have listed. So basically, it depends on what you want to use. And I just realized that I hadn't shared my screen. Sorry. It's my first time doing a live. So again, if we have the website enabled, whatever page you mark set as home is going to be the home page. For every other, if you have the website disabled and you're using the automatic pages, settings, general, home page. In this case, I set it to the product listing, and as you saw, when I open the default, it takes me to the product listing. To go back to the automatic pages versus website pages, we strongly encourage you to use the website builder because it gives you, as you saw, a lot more freedom to achieve whatever you want. You can better represent your brand, better represent your offer, better represent yourself, and it allows for much more flexibility, A/B testing, and and provide a lot more functionality. The automatic pages are great. They're very quick to set up, as you saw. As soon as I have a product page, again, as soon as I have a product page, let's say my development community, as soon as I fill in the data, I have the landing page done. Fill in the data, activate the landing page, and people can start buying immediately. Here it is. Here's the checkout. So it all depends on you, what you want to do. Some people start with just automatic pages so that they can see, they can quickly test something, they can quickly test the platform, quickly onboard some people, while at the same time, again, keeping the website builder disabled and building their whole website. Because again, now the website is disabled. You saw that the home page takes me to whatever home page I decided, to the product listing. But when it's disabled and I click view, I am, sorry, I need to change this. When I click view, sorry. Okay, there's a quirk here. I'm not going to get into it. But you can build your website and you can view your website from those buttons, or it's good enough to be to just review everything within your website builder, because you can preview it on tablet, on mobile, and so on. So not a lot of people, some people start with the automatic pages, set things up, get familiar with the whole platform, what it can do, while at the same time build the website. What I strongly suggest, is you decide either the builder or the pages. You can, of course, as you saw, all the buttons in the builder have all the links in the builder can link to a URL of your choosing, so you can take people outside of Skillplate, or you can take people to the automatic pages. So we have clients who build home pages and listing pages and so on, and even blog pages, but they don't want to build the home pages. They like the automatic pages, and it's straight out of the box done for them. So they do use a combination of the automatic pages and the website pages, but I suggest you choose one of the two. And I suggest you use the website builder because we will be making more and more improvements on it. And with our AI that hopefully we can show you in the next couple of months, the AI is going to be able to build what I just showed you with all the settings and stuff for you. So you would talk to it or chat with it or whatever, and it's going to build the website you want, and then take you to the builder for you to just make the specific tweaks you need. I don't know if you have any more questions. Do we have? Okay. Well, I tried to keep it within an hour. Failed miserably. Sorry for this, but I hope that you get a better understanding now of the website builder. And again, don't hesitate to contact us on the chat. If we're not responding right away, that means we're sleeping. We're based in Europe. We're people too. And I'm excited to see what you guys can build. Okay, cool. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for sticking to the end. A recording of this is going to be available in the YouTube channel, so you can review it later. And I strongly suggest, like most YouTubers do, like, subscribe, notification bell, because we are planning on adding more and more content and doing more and more of those live events soon. Okay, bye guys. Good luck.